Picture this: you wake up, reach for your phone, and before you know it, you've spent an hour scrolling through messages, emails, and social media, and you're still in bed. Ever feel like you're stuck on autopilot, like something's quietly controlling your day? Here's the thing: today's real form of slavery isn't about chains or someone else holding us down. It's the invisible traps we fall into every single day, the ones we create for ourselves. In this video, we're going to break down exactly how we end up stuck in these routines, and, more importantly, how to break free. So, how free are you really? Stick around and find out. Throughout history, the idea of slavery has been intrinsically linked to systems of physical bondage, where one group of people forcibly subjugates another. In the 21st century, we have largely moved beyond these traditional forms of enslavement, recognizing the immorality and inhumanity of such systems. Yet, even as societies have made strides in eradicating institutionalized slavery, a more subtle, insidious form of enslavement persists, one that is self-imposed. In modern life, many of us unknowingly enslave ourselves to various forces: technology, societal expectations, materialism, debt, unhealthy relationships, and our own fears and insecurities. These invisible chains, while less overt than historical slavery, can be just as binding. In the modern world, we often equate freedom with choice. We believe that the ability to make decisions about what to buy, where to live, and what career to pursue means we are truly free. But the choice, when examined closely, can be deceptive. The multiplicity of options presented to us can overwhelm and disorient, leading us not to autonomy, but to confusion and dependence on external influences. We are bombarded with information and distractions, which we mistake for freedom when, in fact, they often serve to enslave us. One of the most obvious forms of this self-imposed slavery is our addiction to technology. The digital age has revolutionized how we communicate, learn, and entertain ourselves, offering an unprecedented level of connectivity and convenience. However, this technology has also subtly and silently tethered us. The omnipresence of smartphones and social media platforms fosters a culture of constant availability, where many of us feel compelled to check our devices incessantly. Notifications, likes, and comments have replaced genuine human connection, while algorithms manipulate our attention, keeping us in a state of perpetual distraction. Many people wake up to the familiar glow of their smartphone screens, checking emails, social media, and news updates before they even rise from bed. This habit, now deeply ingrained in daily life, is not simply a convenience, it is a form of dependence. Social media has become a tool for validation, where self-worth is increasingly measured in the number of followers, likes, or shares. This pursuit of digital approval often leads to the erosion of our sense of self, making us slaves to external validation. We trade authenticity for curated personas, sacrificing our mental health in the process. The freedom to choose from an endless array of digital entertainment, from YouTube videos to Netflix series, also creates a false sense of autonomy. While it seems like we are in control, deciding what to watch or when to watch it, the reality is that we are often at the mercy of algorithms designed to keep us glued to our screens. We binge watch, scroll endlessly, and lose hours to mindless consumption, trapped in a cycle of distraction and passive engagement with the world around us. Another profound way in which we enslave ourselves is by succumbing to societal expectations. From a young age, we are inundated with messages about what it means to be successful, happy, or fulfilled. These ideals are often defined by cultural norms that prioritize wealth, status, and outward appearances over inner fulfillment and genuine well-being. We are taught to pursue certain milestones: graduate from college, land a high-paying job, buy a house, get married, and have children. While these goals can certainly bring happiness to some, they are not universally fulfilling. Yet, many people follow this path not out of a sense of personal fulfillment but because they feel pressured to conform to society's blueprint for success. In pursuing these externally imposed goals, we often sacrifice our true desires. How many people find themselves trapped in careers they despise, but feel unable to leave because of financial obligations or fear of judgment? How many stay in unhealthy relationships out of a sense of duty or societal pressure to maintain the appearance of stability? These are modern forms of self-imposed slavery, where we chain ourselves to roles and identities that do not serve our true selves. Furthermore, the relentless pursuit of external success can lead to burnout and dissatisfaction. Many people spend years striving to climb the corporate ladder, only to find that the rewards are hollow. The long hours, the stress, the time spent away from family and friends, these sacrifices are often made in the name of success, but they ultimately cost us our well-being. We become slaves to the pursuit of status, chasing ever-moving goalposts without stopping to consider whether the race is worth running. Closely tied to societal expectations is the pervasive influence of consumerism. We live in a world that encourages us to define ourselves by what we own. Advertisements constantly bombard us with messages that equate material possessions with happiness, success, and identity. We are led to believe that if we just buy the latest phone, wear the right clothes, or drive the right car, we will be fulfilled. Yet, this relentless pursuit of material wealth often leaves us feeling empty. The joy of acquiring new possessions is fleeting, and the satisfaction they bring quickly fades, leaving us hungry for the next purchase. In this way, consumerism creates a cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. We are constantly chasing after the next thing, enslaving ourselves to the belief that happiness lies in external possessions. This materialistic mindset extends beyond our personal lives and permeates society at large. Many people are caught in the cycle of working to earn money, only to spend that money on things they don't truly need. This can lead to financial insecurity, as we accumulate debt in our quest for material success. Credit card bills, loans, and mortgages can become modern-day chains, tethering us to jobs we dislike or preventing us from pursuing our passions. Moreover, the environmental impact of rampant consumerism is a form of collective enslavement. As we deplete natural resources, contribute to climate change, and destroy ecosystems, we are undermining the very foundation of our survival. In our quest for endless growth and consumption, we are not only enslaving ourselves to debt and materialism but also jeopardizing the future of our planet. Debt, in particular, is one of the most literal and powerful forms of modern-day self-enslavement. Whether it's student loans, credit card debt, or mortgages, millions of people find themselves shackled to financial obligations that dictate the course of their lives. For many, the dream of homeownership, higher education, or a comfortable lifestyle has turned into a nightmare of financial strain. Student loan debt, for instance, has reached staggering levels in many countries, particularly the United States. Young adults enter the workforce already burdened with tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars in debt. This debt often forces them into jobs that may not align with their passions or values but are necessary to make ends meet. The promise of education as a path to freedom and opportunity has, for many, become a trap of financial enslavement. Credit card debt similarly ensnares people in a cycle of borrowing and repayment, with high interest rates making it difficult to ever break free. In the pursuit of material goods or temporary relief from financial stress, people often find themselves sinking deeper into a debt spiral, trading long-term financial security for short-term gratification. The weight of debt limits freedom, dictating decisions about careers, relationships, and even personal well-being. Not all forms of self-imposed enslavement are financial or societal, some are deeply personal. Many people remain in toxic or unfulfilling relationships out of fear, habit, or a sense of obligation. Whether it's a romantic partnership, friendship, or family dynamic, staying in a relationship that no longer serves our well-being can be a form of self-bondage. We may stay in unhealthy relationships because we fear loneliness or because we believe we do not deserve better. This sense of unworthiness can keep us trapped, unable to break free, and seek relationships that are nurturing and supportive. In these situations, the chains are not physical but emotional, forged by our own insecurities and doubts. Moreover, society often romanticizes the idea of enduring relationships at all costs, equating longevity with success. However, staying in a harmful or stagnant relationship does not lead to growth or fulfillment. Instead, it drains our energy, diminishes our self-esteem, and prevents us from living authentically. At the core of many of these forms of self-enslavement is fear, the fear of uncertainty, of failure, of not being enough. We often stay in jobs, relationships, or situations that make us miserable simply because they are familiar. The unknown, by contrast, seems terrifying. The fear of stepping into the unknown can be paralyzing, keeping us chained to lives of mediocrity and dissatisfaction. This fear is often rooted in the stories we tell ourselves about what is possible. We may believe that we are not talented enough to pursue our dreams, that we are not lovable enough to find healthy relationships, or that we are not worthy of success. These limiting beliefs become self-fulfilling prophecies, keeping us enslaved to lives that fall short of our potential. However, the unknown also holds possibility. It is where growth, transformation, and freedom lie. Breaking free from the chains of fear requires us to embrace uncertainty and trust that we are capable of navigating whatever challenges come our way. It requires us to step out of our comfort zones and into the vast, uncharted territory of our potential. So, how do we break free from these self-imposed chains? The first step is awareness. We must recognize the ways in which we are enslaving ourselves, whether through technology, societal expectations, materialism, debt, unhealthy relationships, or fear. Once we see the chains, we can begin to dismantle them. This process often involves questioning the narratives we have internalized about what it means to live a successful or fulfilling life. It may require us to redefine success on our own terms, prioritize inner peace over external validation, and cultivate relationships that nourish rather than deplete us. Mindfulness and intentionality are powerful tools in this process. By becoming more conscious of how we spend our time, energy, and resources, we can begin to make choices that align with our values and desires. This might mean setting boundaries with technology, reassessing our financial priorities, or making space for self-care and reflection. Ultimately, reclaiming our freedom is about living authentically. It is about stripping away the layers of external expectations and reconnecting with our true selves, the selves that are not defined by material possessions, social status, or fear. It is about embracing our inherent worth and trusting that we are enough, just as we are. Only by doing so can we truly break free from the invisible chains that bind us, and step into a life of genuine freedom, purpose, and fulfillment. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.